শ্ৰদ্ধাৰ শিক্ষাগুৰুসকল, আজি আমি নিষ্ঠা ট্ৰেইনিঙৰ 4th মডেল FLN ইনভলভমেণ্ট অফ পেৰেণ্টছ এণ্ড কমিউনিটিজ ফৰ FLN পাঠ্যক্ৰমৰ প্ৰশ্নসমূহ আলোচনা কৰিবলৈ লৈছোঁ। আহক আমি প্ৰশ্নসমূহ আলোচনা কৰোঁ। Parents' involvement is critical at the foundational stage and it comprises of children in the age group of 3 to 8 years, 3 to 6 years, 5 to 9 years, 4 to 8 years. ইয়াৰ শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব 3 to 8 years. Which of the following activity has been suggested in the mission guideline for engaging parents? Sharing of assessment results, sharing of school budget, sharing of teacher attendance, sharing of health records. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব sharing of assessment results. Parents should be made aware of the learning outcomes identified for different class levels, Balvatika and class 1, Balvatika, class 2 and class 3. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব different class levels. Lack of communication skills and methods on both the sides, parents and school, is one of the major reasons for low response of support staff, low response of Mahila Mandal, low response of Sarpanch, low response of parents and community. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব low response of parents and community. What is the main reason for divide between parents and expectation and their actual support for the education of children? Children are confused between home and school. Teachers don't want any suggestions from parents. Parents and teachers are not properly oriented on the development of meaningful partnerships. Parents are not willing. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব parents and teachers are not properly oriented on the development of meaningful partnerships. The stimulating learning environment at home can be created by providing lots of toys to stimulate thinking, creating a manipulative area, magazine, storybooks, toys, manipulatives and rich interaction, regular observing children's play and work. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব magazine, storybooks, toys, manipulatives and rich interaction. When schools are friendly and welcoming to family members, it is easier to plan a joyful evening with the parents, give plenty of home assignments, craft successful partnership programs, involve parents in offering donation to the school. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব craft successful partnerships programs. Communities and parents should be made aware of the learning levels of children to critically analyze this work of teachers, act as voluntary to support school, become partners with schools, achieve better learning outcomes. ইয়াৰ শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব achieve better learning outcomes. Which of the following is a reason for low response of parents and community in FLN? Lack of appropriate toys for FLN, lack of communication skills and methods on both the sides, lack of funds or donation by the parents community, lack of assembly hall at the school. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব lack of communication skills and methods on both the sides. Foundational language and literacy skills relate to children's ability to respond quickly, arithmetic score of children, children interest in drawing, children's skills relate to language, expression, communication, etc. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব children's skills relate to language, expression, communication, etc. Attending PTMS regularly helps parents to know about children's progress in all developmental areas, environmental studies, foundational numeracy, foundational literacy. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব in all developmental areas. Which of the following is not an activity to promote foundational numeracy by the parents at home? Writing numbers using the number stencil, counting spoons and bowls, observing numerous in a newspaper testing along with the letter. উত্তৰটো হ'ব testing along the letter. Parents can sing along with their children to promote foundational literacy and encourage them to identify the number of pages, number of paragraphs in a poem, printed words, rhyming words in a poem song. উত্তৰটো হ'ব rhyming words in a poem song. When parents involve children in making low-cost toys, it helps in the development of not only creative skills but children also get a sense of proportions and background on spatial and shape concepts. Not only creative skills but children also get a chance to talk to their parents. Not only creative skills but children also get a chance to be with their parents. Not only creative skills but children also get a sense of family feeling. ইয়াৰ উত্তৰটো হ'ব not only creative skills but children also get a sense of proportions and background on spatial and shape concepts. Providing developmentally appropriate toys, games to children at the foundational stage gives them chance to practice new skills in maths and literacy, sports and fitness, movement, creativity, thinking and interaction, music and movement. উত্তৰটো হ'ব movement, creativity, thinking and interaction. Parents can create print and numeracy rich environment by labeling different parts of the house like room, kitchen, parts of body, school bag, etc. Room, kitchen, door, parts of body, tiffin box, etc. Room, kitchen, toilet, parts of body, tiffin box, etc. Room, kitchen, school bag, toilet, door, etc. উত্তৰটো হ'ব room, kitchen, school bag, toilet, door, etc. Creating a FLN resource center in the classroom school for parents, families will help parents to visit school often and meet teachers on a regular basis, borrow relevant books, materials to support children's learning, build a bonding with school, develop interest in books, reading materials, resource. উত্তৰটো হ'ব borrow relevant books, materials to support children's learning. There are many ways to develop stronger bond between schools and families. Which of the following is most required for this purpose? Awards are given to parents if they have good relation with the teacher. There is a continuous communication between both on all the aspects of children's learning and development. Parents make good decisions and share with the teachers. Teachers send only good reports of children to their parents. উত্তৰটো হ'ব There is a continuous communication between both on all the aspects of children's learning and development. Demonstrating and doing together art activities with locally available no-cost material at home is an engaging activity, creative activity, rotating activity, involving activity. উত্তৰটো engaging activity. Regular sustained communication with parents and motivating them is important to involve parents and families for cultural program of the school, involve parents and families for school fair, involve parents and families for FLN, involve parents and families for SMC. উত্তৰটো involve parents and families for FLN. এনেদৰে কৰিলে আপোনালোকে 20ৰ ভিতৰত 20 পাবলৈ সক্ষম হ'ব। এতিয়া আমি 4th module FLN Involvement of Parents and Communities for FLN পাঠ্যক্ৰমৰ অন্য এখিনি প্ৰশ্ন আলোচনা কৰিবলৈ লৈছোঁ। আহক আমি প্ৰশ্নসমূহ আলোচনা কৰোঁ। Parents and community members should be involved in the preschool program flow, writing letters and mails only, regular communication workshops, PTMS and parents conference, workshop for professional, parents teachers meeting. উত্তৰটো হ'ব regular communication workshop, PTMS and parents conference. Providing developmentally appropriate toys, games to children at the foundational stage gives them chance to practice new skills in movement, creativity, thinking and interaction, sports and fitness, music and movement, maths and literacy. উত্তৰটো হ'ব movement, creativity, thinking and interaction. Which of the following is not an activity to promote foundational numeracy by the parents at home? writing numbers using the number stencil, counting spoons and bowls, observing numerals in a newspaper, tracing along the letter. উত্তৰটো হ'ব tracing along the letter. What is the primary reason to advocate for collaboration between schools and families? So that parents keep a watch on teachers' attendance. Such collaboration facilitates children's learning at school and home to stop corruption in the schools, so that teachers also perform their jobs more meticulously under threat of supervision by parents. উত্তৰটো হ'ব such collaboration facilitates children's learning at school and home. What is the important for families to know if they want to support their learning in FLN? Textbook content, homework given to children, learning outcomes for every stage, development of worksheets. উত্তৰটো হ'ব learning outcomes for every stage. Parents can find locally available toys and materials which are not harmful for their child and force them to learn using toys, make them learn in a rote learning way, make them learn only through the toys, make them learn in their own exploratory way. উত্তৰটো হ'ব make them learn in their own exploratory way. Why the involvement of community is beneficial for the school and children? Community has multiple resources, physical, financial and human, which can be helpful for schools and the children. Community has power. Teachers feel secure if the community supports. Community dominates whatever exists in their area. উত্তৰটো হ'ব community has multiple resources, physical, financial and human, which can be helpful for schools and the children. The locus or the targets of foundational literacy and numeracy have been studied in 4 areas: oral language, listening, writing and numeracy; oral language, drawing, writing and numeracy; oral language, speaking, writing and numeracy; oral language, reading, writing and numeracy. উত্তৰটো হ'ব oral language, reading, writing and numeracy. When schools are friendly and welcoming to family members, it is easier to plan a joyful evening with the parents, give plenty of home assignments, craft successful partnership programs, involve parents in offering donation to the school. উত্তৰটো হ'ব craft successful partnership programs. How can the parents and guardians be assisted in providing homeschooling to children with disabilities? Appointment of special educators, no need of assistance as the parents are already capable. Resource centers working in conjunction with special educators for homeschooling. Special teachers take care of the children at home. উত্তৰটো হ'ব resource centers working in conjunction with special educators for homeschooling. Teachers is following a good communication practice if the teacher talks to and communicates to selected parents, acknowledges the notes from the parents but blocks further communication, acknowledges the notes from the parents and does not facilitate further communication, acknowledges the note from the parents and adds own comments to facilitate further communication. উত্তৰটো হ'ব acknowledges the notes from the parents, adds own comments to facilitate further communication. Parents can sing along with their children to promote foundational literacy and encourage them to identify the number of paragraphs in a poem, number of pages, rhyming words in a poem song, printed words. উত্তৰটো হ'ব rhyming words in a poem song. Lack of communication skills and methods on both the sides, parents and school, is one of the major reasons for low response of sarpanch, low response of parents and community, low response of Mahila Moudle, low response of support staff. উত্তৰটো হ'ব low response of parents and community. What is the main reason for divide between parents and expectation and their actual support for the education of children? Teachers don't want any suggestion from parents. Parents are not willing. Children are confused between home and school. Parents and teachers are not properly oriented on the development of meaningful partnerships. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব parents and teachers are not properly oriented on the development of meaningful partnerships. Which of the following is a good practice by the teacher to send regular updates to parents? Pin up the note on the child uniform, tell verbally to a child, loose circulars kept in the child bag's diary note. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব diary note. The stimulating learning environment at home can be created by providing regular observing children's play and work, creating a manipulative area, lots of toys to stimulating thinking, magazine, storybooks, toys, manipulatives and list interaction. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব magazine, storybooks, toys, manipulatives and list interaction. Which of the following is a reason for low response of parents and community in FLN? Lack of funds or donation by the parents community, lack of communication skills and methods on both the sides, lack of assembly hall at the school, lack of appropriate toys for FLN. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব lack of communication skills and methods on both the sides. Regular sustained communication with parents and motivating them is important to involve parents and families for SMC, involve parents and families for the school fair, involve parents and families for cultural program of the school, involve parents and families for FLN. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব involve parents and families for FLN. Asking parents community to collect and bring the trash and recycled materials will help to enhance children's growth in FLN activities, understand the importance of waste materials, create relevant, safe, creative toys, games for FLN activities, support the children's learning. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব create relevant, safe, creative toys, games for FLN activities. Parents' involvement is critical at the foundational stage and it comprises of children at the age group of 4 to 8 years, 5 to 9 years, 3 to 8 years, 3 to 6 years. শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ব 3 to 8 years. এনেদৰে কৰিলে আপোনালোকে 20ৰ ভিতৰত 20 সম্পূৰ্ণ নম্বৰ পাবলৈ সক্ষম হ'ব। যদি আপোনালোকৰ ভিডিঅ'টো চাই ভাল লাগে লাইক কৰিব, শ্বেয়াৰ কৰিব, মোৰ চেনেলটো ছাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰি দিব, লগতে কাষতে থকা বেল আইকনটো প্ৰেছ কৰি অল অপশ্যনটোত ক্লিক কৰি দিব।